Hey, Bri, doesn't it suck that the boss is always over our shoulder when we're trying to talk?
Jay, he should be entertained by us. Let's get out of here and finish this conversation.
All right, as long as it's not work-related.
Jay!
B!
How's it going?
I am just as good as always, my friend.
I want to welcome everyone to the Work-Related Podcast.
We are still that work-related, at Related by Work on Twitter.
Yeah.
But we're a little bit slow on the uptake this day because there's no song. I'm sad.
There is no song today, so our playlist is going to take a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
You know, it would be hilarious if people took that playlist and actually started listening to the, 20 episodes from now, there's like a 60-song playlist. They're like, I love this playlist. Let me just go through it.
Like, have you just thought of this, or did you think of this before, like days ago?
I thought about it before, but I thought about it in depth like a couple days ago.
I thought about it in a way that we have like 130 out of these.
Yeah.
Right? And I was thinking about it in a way like it's so unimportant to anybody. Like it's to me, like it's like my journal, I think, right? Or whatever, right? Like I look at it like that, and how we've talked about before, how like unnecessary it is and how necessary I like to do it. But it's not like I go back into the archive.
Yeah.
I like to know I can.
Yeah.
This playlist we're curing, I've looked at it the same way. Like I can't look at it now 2 or 3 songs in. Like, even then it's kind of cool. It makes me think like, oh, you just think. But like imagine 130 of these.
Yeah.
And then that's 130 long. And like, cause we didn't get to do it today, but I was trying not to overthink of which one I was going to do. We have all these like choices.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's choices. Right. Like, and so I'm not sure what your process is on how you decide what I'm going to do. I mean, because that will evolve as well. Yeah. Because we had like a gangster rap like King Von last time, right? And it was a gangster rap where the other ones were, like slower jams to me, right? And and then I was like finding that are all my songs going to be angry? I gave you like Black Sabbath and Rage, and then I'm like, that is kind of who I am. But but again, getting conscious of that. So this is like a curated playlist that I was never done before.
Yeah, it's great.
So imagine 100 episodes like you were. So I've already kind of pictured what it would be like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be sick.
At one time, I still am like a little bit want to know how we could do it as a reaction video, like No Life Shack and those other ones, right? Like I don't know the copyright law and all that.
Yeah, we would just have to forget about copyright and hopefully they just do monetization.
Yeah, no, like demonetization and all that kind of stuff.
Instead of like, because sometimes they blank out the music. I don't think they do it on YouTube. Like I think it's on. There's some platforms that if you play music, they blank out they just mute the whole part that the music's on.
See, but I've listened to so many that like do it, right? Like
some people get the copyright, and I think it determines how big your channel is. Like we're not monetized, obviously. No. So I think we would be fine, and I would probably do it in here. We would have to get headphones.
Anyway, whatever that evolution.
No, now I have it. I already thought about it.
Nice.
We would just have to get another set of headphones because we can hear back, and then I could just play it right through here.
So
through Bluetooth.
So I thought that was the be all and end all, and it is. But that's just an evolution of how this will start.
Yeah.
Just like fucking episode 1 and solos. You know what so this made me think of fucking our early ones and that how we like would review the show solos.
Yeah.
And whatever, an unimportant show, but when we broke it down, like it had a lot of nuance to it.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of fucking like one in particular I remember being like really poignant to what I was going through at the time. And it was like, that was cool.
Yeah,
like, maybe just to me and you, but like whatever, like not to the annals of time.
No, it was good.
See that in this music form, like I was just buzzing out like you just were on what this is going to become.
Yeah.
And so I like that. And so trying not to overthink it, just like I didn't want to go 100 songs in and just be them all Black Sabbath and Rage Against the Machine and you know what I mean? Like all this fucking Scandinavian headbanging shit, because it's not like really what I'm about. So when I threw in, like just again, when I assumed you would know who like the song last week, just like, oh, this is what I got to do. Like and try not to overthink it again. It's like, fuck, I just assume you know every Biggie song.
I do.
Yeah,
mostly.
see, like it's because that's to me is like the classic Black Sabbath to you, right? In the hip hop community.
Do you know every Biggie song?
Probably you might know more than me. Like,
yeah, but because I was thinking about last week, I had a Biggie song and one of my favorites. It's you must have heard it, and I was like, should I play it? But I'm like, but he likes Biggie, so he must have heard this song. So I'm not even gonna go there.
Well, so this is where I might. So I think what is a fun thing to do, isn't it? What I expect is like still think of these songs every now and then, like not when we're gonna run out, but just fucking say, so what about this? And then if you heard it, say, okay, like not do it, or whatever it is, but just don't assume anymore.
Yeah,
right. Like I've just when I just don't know how far back, you know what I mean? Like how much respect I give to all the classics and just which ones fell into my lap type of thing, right? And just in a way when we compared Maestro Fresh West to Will Smith, because they were just kind of innocent, like kind of lyrics. They hardly any guns in it, hardly any drug stock in it. Like it was an upbeat type of thing. It's like it wasn't always like, I know you know this, but it wasn't always like that in the early 90s for the songs.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I wonder what. Like I just assume you know the difference between old gangster rap and new gangster rap.
For sure.
And I'm sure you do, but it's just like, do you know all, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I'm tripping over my words, but just to find something that, like a Biggie song that's like in the back of the catalog, that we're talking about carjacking fucking people, just like, I wonder if he really knows this one.
Yeah.
And assuming you do, but I shouldn't assume that.
Yeah,
I should bust it out and have that. So it was the same way when I was, like now I'm disappointed we're not going to share the songs that we're going to share today.
Yeah, I have a good song for today too.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
So,
and just to fucking break the barrier. Well, more for my reasons, but also you're adding to this problem. This is going to be our last one for about like 4 weeks.
Yes, it's going to be our last episode, so everybody can cry.
We can get to why I'm doing it in a minute, but you have to work next Friday. For
I have
fuck's
to
sakes.
work next Friday.
This is ridiculous. This is why you're on nights.
I know, but
What the
obviously
fuck?
it makes it worse.
Being a boss is retarded, buddy.
It's a little annoying, but hey, what can I say? Overtime? Is that
Yeah,
what
I guess
saying?
you're money
That's all
hungry. I get it.
That's all I got. I need more money for more tequila, Jay.
Oh man, you and me both. I don't know why I slept on margarita. I mean, I slept on tequila in general. You know that.
You did.
And I'm not a big mixed drink kind of guy. I've poured more sugar. Like this belly's happened because of slushies more than it has chips, I think, if I really think about it.
Oh my
We can't
gosh.
fucking stop ourselves, man.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
I just
You
down
went from straight shots to sugar shots.
sugar shots. You got it, man. I realized how much, like, well, obviously, I just like margaritas are the shit, bro.
They're delicious.
And I can't, like, I'm all about having them in every restaurant I go to.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go to Florida and go to the Mexican part of fucking Disney.
Man, on a freaking patio.
They really do it out there.
Do you like patios?
I love patios. Tammy's
Oh,
not a big friend of
man.
patios, but I don't mind patios. Well, fuck, man. I don't know what the weather's going to be like down there, so I'm not promising the patio part. The margaritas will still be there, but the patio might be a
the
little
patio.
windy.
I just picture a margarita on a freaking Florida sunshine on a patio, freaking food, and then
like there's lots of Mexican shit down there, right?
Yeah,
Or like
for
Latino,
sure.
the fucking
Close to
Latino
the
fucking
border.
shit. And so, but like in Disney proper, like there's a Mexican pavilion. Like
Oh,
they have
yeah?
all these other pavilions where you can get wherever you want from everything. A Canadian pavilion where you can get some poutine.
What?
And
You know what's hilarious? I would never go to another country coming from Canada and try to get a Canadian poutine. I bet you it's gonna be like shredded cheese or some.
No. These are all proper
I don't
places.
believe it. I don't trust it.
You go to Germany and they have like fucking German beer and the fucking thing.
Give me
You go to
German
Italy, they
beer.
have like a pizza fucking Ria.
Yeah, I'm not going to Florida for Canadian poutine, okay? There's no way. I was listening to a YouTube video and somebody was talking about poutine and they said, yeah, Canadian poutine. They're like, what's the difference? They said cheese curds. They're like, what's cheese curds? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay,
There is no real poutine without cheese curds. What are you talking about? Anyway, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
You're missing the whole point of all these things.
I know. I
So
got
this would be
triggered.
like me going.
I got triggered,
This would
okay?
be like me going there and going to get myself a margarita in the Mexican pavilion, and some fucking Mexican guy, man, what the fuck you doing, SA? That's fucking bullshit, man.
It's funny because
No, you're missing the spirit of it.
it's funny because I was just talking to Selena today. I was like, I don't know if I could go to Mexico and order like the type of tequilas that we get here because they're probably looking like, bro, are you serious? Let me show you what a real tequila is like. You know what I
sure.
mean? And I was like, oh, that would be great to actually see the tequilas that they hold in high regard compared to the mass brands that we hold in high regard.
Bro, you would see, you know how like they try to make their bottles handmade looking?
Yep.
You would
They're
fucking see handmade looking jars,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, this one Mexican guy on YouTube said that if the tequila bottle is fancy, it's not good tequila probably. Because in Mexico, they're not thinking about the bottle like that, right? They're handcrafting bottles, like you said. They're doing freaking all the shit. So some of them might be crude. Like, you know the Grand Mayan bottle?
Yeah.
How you feel it. It's like rough and stuff. Like, it's like crude like that. Even the glass ones. And so we're having like the Clase Azul bottles. That's not, even though those are handcrafted, it's not what they do.
No, but they're making it look like it's a craft from
Yes.
the fucking corner of fucking
Yes.
You know what? This is like part of my problem with being off work and watching too many documentaries. Is like there's a agave problem.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's a fucking like there's a big issue on
because of
the quality.
celebrity stuff.
Like it's like the big company coming in.
Yeah.
Like even just fucking over like ancestral lands.
Yeah.
Like nobody gives a fuck about First Nations people anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's still going on. Like, again, I'm real deep into documentaries and this is not, but it just trickles to everything.
Absolutely.
And so this new rise, again, it's like more and more people getting in on tequila.
It kind of annoys me.
Yeah, but you can't fuck. So how do you go for, so you just do you want to cling to everything you like? Like you don't want to share. You're an F1 fan.
For sure.
Big F1 fans suck or hate that it's bigger now.
I like to share it because I want more people in it, but I don't want you know how we always get stuff and it starts to get ruined?
Yes.
That's what happens. Like even today we had a shot of Flecha Azul, which is Mark Wahlberg's tequila. And automatically you said, I'm not going to like it. And that was my freaking thought too when I got it. That was my thought too. I'm like now I have such a distaste for freaking celebrity tequilas because first off, they're overpriced compared to what you get a celebrity tequila for, you can probably get for like $50. It's
Okay.
like not like, and then when you get like actually good, expensive tequila, they're like, you know, really, like you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
It's hard to explain to them.
No.
But yeah, you know what I mean. And then you're like, why would I get that? Why would I get that when I can get this?
I wonder if you categorize. So I would categorize like a $70 bottle like as mid. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
but mid should
absolutely.
be like 120, but that's still good. Like, there's like an A++ class
For sure.
that are like the Grand Mayans and other things like that. So I was the same way. Like, we were like all these fucking margaritas have tapped into my tequila supply, and you gave me shit from using my fancy tequila. It's like, no, man, that's for shooting. And I'm like, oh man, you're right. So I go, I'm gonna have to get some bargain. Like, I asked the wife if it was okay if we got some cheap tequila.
Yep.
And she's like, yeah, like money talks now, you know, like
Damn
whatever.
right.
And she can't really taste it in the shots anyway. But you know, just principle alone, I'm never gonna get her nothing but Patron at the bar, honey. But at home, we can go somewhere else. So I went to go and I just like realized like, oh, you know what? We had when I was mixing the other shit, it's like we still had some of the Rocks tequila left. And I was like, good enough. And then when the rubber met the road and I was at the liquor store and I was like, okay, there's the Jose. Okay, I'm not getting that. I wanted to. Yeah. I'm looking at the fucking price. I'm looking at the jug that you can get for cheaper than the other shit. Like, so I'm like, wow, how much of an idiot am I? Okay, but no, we have class. We're not going there. And so I look and then I saw the Rocks was like $65. I go, fuck you, Rock. Like, who do you think you are? Honestly, like I'd probably say
not even that good.
You're not even that good anymore, man.
Yeah.
I saw the WWE fucking documentary. Fuck you. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that. So I ended up finding one it was like $50, much a little bit less, but principle alone.
Are you gonna give the name?
I can't remember now. It was a long Mexican name. It had the skeletons on the bottom. Probably what I'm going to go get next today, because now we run out of fucking tequila again. So I have to do this again. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if I walk out of there with a Jose jug this time. And so, yeah, it's not just a knock on the celebrity. It's just when you have all that kind of choice, the celebrity doesn't, I think it's supposed to draw you in.
Yep.
And it's doing the opposite.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think the more you get in, then you don't, like, the celebrity in the weed thing doesn't draw me in. Like, I wasn't always out there trying to get Snoop's brand.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
I know it's probably not what he's smoking. Like, if that's what he wants to advertise, I don't know if he's, like, you know what I mean? Like, dishing out what he...
It depends on how good it is.
But why would, you know what I mean? You can't make money giving out the best stuff all the time.
That's true.
Right? Like, that's not a way you make money.
That is true.
Right? Like, it's not the fucking way you go. And, like, this is, again, like how big business comes in for this Mexico thing. Like, sure, artisanal tequila was fucking, it's not how I want, I'll try to tie it in later because it's fucking this crazy documentary like show I'm watching, and how it's not the illegal fishing that's going in, it's the legal fishing that fucks everything up.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's not that because the illegal, like, it's how am I gonna put this? I don't know what the problem is with the plant and the tequila and the local and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well,
but
I saw one thing, this guy was explaining how he was talking about celebrity tequilas, and like one of the problems is what they do is there's only a certain amount of distillery, because tequila has to be done in Mexico, otherwise it's not tequila.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so there's only a certain amount of distilleries in there.
Okay.
So what they do is they go to these distilleries and then they try to make these things like it's crazy. Some brands are like 1800, obviously, but like some celebrity brands are done in the same distillery that makes Jose, which is the same distillery that makes 1800, and all these kind of stuff. And so they have a certain type of reputation, right? And on top of that, when they go there, they're the fuck are they doing? They're taking the agave plant before it ripes. They say agave is like 7 to 8 years before you do it for a tequila, and they're doing it in like 4 to 5.
Just to get
it out to mass and everything like that. And that creates a whole problem because now you're shortening the cycle. So you're making shittier tequila. You're taking up all the capacity that that distillery has to do certain things. And so it's ruining. And so that's why some of these like tequila connoisseurs are really hating the influx of celebrity
like the
brands.
boom. So once it becomes a boom and the celebrities jump on the wagon, like, so the celebrity angle ruins it. So you know what I think ends up happening is we just get shitty tequila for the rest of our lives.
That's the problem. And for people like who don't care about tequila and just care about brands, they don't care about people who like me and you who've tasted like basically the whole range. And we know that there's an actual difference in this thing. It sucks for us.
No, it doesn't. So what it does is it just inflates the price of the good stuff
on top
even
of
more. Like that part sucks for us and makes the availability of it like suck for us. But this is what we do as humans. Like we just do this to everything.
We're fucked up.
But I don't know who like everybody has a right to make money. Like if you and I love fucking tequila, like we do, if we were if we had the means, like I was talking about it before, like this is like a little sidebar. I don't travel because I don't like not hate travel. As I have money, I have a budget problem. I can't do that. But if money was not a problem, I would travel everywhere. Mm-hmm. I would try all these places and I would find out it wouldn't just be Vegas and Florida or the ones that you know that I've tried that I love and I'll go to. It would I would find time for all these places because money wouldn't be an object.
For sure.
If money was an object and we wanted to dip our toe into fucking making a tequila, we would have that right.
Would you make it? Would you make it properly, or would you make it like that's the thing? I don't know. I don't think you're gonna make a shit tequila.
It'd be what's my motivation? Like because
you like what you drink.
But if I'm that rich, like then I'd be a better businessman, and I wouldn't think the way I think right now. I don't think in a businessman type of way. Yeah, what you're talking about isn't big business.
But I think like it's like when we're at work. Well, you used to be at work.
What? What's that?
What was that? And like you said to me when you welded a body, you were like, "Fuck! Like, would I buy this shit?" Like you have that pride in it. It's same thing with tequila. If I'm gonna make a tequila, am I gonna be like, "Fuck"? Jose Cuervo class, and I'm gonna make it $100, baby.
But you think Mark Wahlberg or The Rock are fucking thinking that when they start off?
Drink tequila. I don't even think they drink tequila.
You're right. That also, so that's the most irritating part. Yeah. Like Mark Wahlberg, you're probably right. Has no fucking tequila in him. Of course, this guy's fucking like up at 3 a.m, fucking eating avocados and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's even eating raw agave.
He's the one ruining it for us.
Exactly.
He's got the fucking agave-less fucking tequila out there. So I agree. I would agree with you that I would want like the fucking top notch, but the evidence proves that that's not what ends up happening.
I know.
You end up being like that just becomes.
But what do you like? You don't want no bottom shelf shit.
No, I would think I would do that.
I love Lewis Hamilton, but this guy has a non-alcoholic tequila. Like who the fuck wants that?
You know what, man? Okay, I can't see the reason right now, but you know how popular non-alcoholic beer has become?
Oh yeah, crazy.
Like fucking 20 years ago, there was like one brand.
Yeah.
Like O'Doul's or some fucking shit.
And
now it's everywhere. Now you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
People like hear them like fucking they're downing fucking Heineken Zeros like they're fucking regular beers. I still don't see it, but you know what I mean? Like I have a drinking problem. So like it's not, you know what I mean? Like it's not for me to want.
Yeah.
But somebody who like I wouldn't be surprised if that market just doesn't grow.
He's the only one, so fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I was offered investment in that and I didn't really need time on my hands, I'd be like, fucking, that's not going anywhere. It's not going to fail.
I mean, tequila does taste good.
It's not going to fail. Like you and your silly fucking in and out of drinking, like that would be what I fucking like get you to go. So you have your fucking Lewis Hamilton non-alcoholic. I'll have my fucking regular fucking tequila, and we'll see who has a better time.
That's a good fucking idea. No, I would drink it, but I'm drinking beer too.
Yeah, what's the point? You're an alcoholic. I
am an alcoholic.
The part of the.
I told Alvin this week, like we were talking about like diets and stuff, and I was telling him like I weighed myself. Like I told him yesterday, I'm a 183. So this is the lowest I've been in like a couple years.
Congratulations, man.
And I'm like, yeah, but like I said, thank you. I'm like, I'm really sick of this freaking low carb, freaking no drinking shit. Like it's really starting to get to me. Like I'm very annoyed. The low carb thing I don't mind because I like meat. And so whatever, I'll eat beef and chicken and whatever.
You're good at substituting that shit.
Yeah, but when it comes to like I love pasta. I can't have that.
Interesting.
I love like freaking pizza, which I only have one day a week, which is fine. That's okay. That ties me
Satiates
over.
you a bit.
But the drinking thing is the hardest part because especially when you're stressed and you're just like annoyed all week, you just want to freaking have some drinks. And
fuck! I forgot to send you this fucking. I'm
oh
do this
God!
Real quick. No! It's all good. You just remind me of something that I fucking.
But yeah, like sometimes I just can't. I just want to drink.
Yeah, so that seems
I'm an
legit.
alcoholic.
Well, so that's what I was wondering. How much of this is why I was curious if when I asked you last week is if you think you're an alcoholic if you can't stop drinking. And that's because I know you like the taste and I know you deserve, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I told you, the kids are all in fucking sports. They got their fucking top of the line pianos. Like the kids don't know you know what I mean? Like are not being top notch responsible by having a buzz.
Yeah.
And I'm the king of wanting a buzz. So how much of it is wanting the buzz, not just the fucking, this is the meme that fucking, it just made me think of you. It's like, the buzz goes with the taste.
Yeah.
Right. And so, that's the Grinch fucking look like.
He said, I wasn't going to drink tonight. And then I remembered that it's only part of adulthood that I enjoy.
Right.
Which is definitely one of the only parts of adulthood that I enjoy.
You, I think, get scared on like overindulgence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I always overreach and say I'm not doing stuff so that when it comes back, it's not as bad as it was before.
But but I know you. What's great is that you know who you are, and what's funny for me is not getting caught up in your hype and just letting the cycle go. The more I know you, just letting it go, and just like, I'll be bringing my beer. I'm not going to fucking like take this as a moral stand for him to fucking you ruin my Friday. Yeah. But because you never know when we don't have 4 of them in a row.
Exactly.
So why would you want to ruin one? And now I look at you and I think of just all the tequila talk we just had, the tequila you're thinking of me buying for you when I'm in the States, the amount of new tequilas that you have in your thing, like this, like what?
Hey,
why did I ever?
Some of them are not open.
Why did I ever worry about this guy?
Some of them are not open. Okay,
but then, so for me, the longer, like, I don't know how much. Then you open up the fucking Pandora's box, and like because you were without for so long, are you going to like? You know what I mean? Like, is it the struggle to stop like overboarding?
Yes and no. With the alcohol a little bit, but last week we drank Saturday, and then this week we might drink. It's Thanksgiving, so when before on a long weekend it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah. So
now we're really cut back, which I'm kind of liking better. And Selena starts to realize that she doesn't necessarily like Friday. She doesn't need to drink, and then because she hates how she feels when she does groceries in the morning. She does groceries early. So boom, that eliminates Fridays. After this, I'm not drinking. After we're done the show, I'm not drinking. Saturday, Brenton is coming over, so we're fucking drinking.
Yeah, well, it's a long weekend. We're having Thanksgiving.
What I mean? But we're probably not drinking for the rest of the weekend after that. And so that's a lie. Maybe Sunday.
Yeah, I was going to say, why wouldn't you on Sunday on the long weekend?
Right, but still, like it's way better than what it was before. The only thing that I haven't ever gone back on that I said I was not doing was actually smoking. I haven't smoked in like 8 years, so.
But you really hated the effect of, so that would be like hating getting fat from eating too much carbs.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's no, you don't hate getting high or buzzed.
No.
And you have edibles to get high.
Yeah.
Like you broke the smoking habit.
Yeah.
However little of a grip it had on you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I used to smoke a lot, man.
Yeah, but you like the way that you talked about how you hated how it put your state of mind. Like, I've just never concentrated on my state of mind like that. Like, I'll just let it come and go. Or I didn't give the proper thought on how that can really compound.
No,
like, not
fair.
like you're lazy, but like I said, the more I stay at home, the more I watch documentaries and I'm out of the real world, the more, and it doesn't matter, it's still true, that we are fucked. Like, no, like it doesn't matter. Like we as humans,
Yep.
like we do what we just talked about the agave plant to everything.
Yeah, we're the
like,
worst. We're the worst animals.
and it's not even like I was trying to say. Like I don't even know how I'll even like get this out of my face. It's not even the illegal part. It's the legal stuff. It's like never mind. Like the rainforest is getting cut down for all kinds of reasons. We hear, and I heard like this documentary talked about the mafia in the rainforest. These people, communities rely so much on the timber they cut down, like the mahoganies and these precious woods, that like there's legal places they can cut them down, but fucking like a group of people coming in to cut one tree down is like thousands of dollars.
Yep.
The mafia knows that, so they send out people. And they pay them their pittance, and they fucking load it up. The only way it gets put out in the real world is getting laundered through Home Depot's real wood supply or everybody else's real wood supply.
Or TD Bank. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, so
shit?
I don't know, but that's a US.
Fuck.
TD Bank US.
TD Bank US, but it's still a Canadian company.
Yeah, but there's a totally different division. But yeah, so
$3
I don't
billion,
know.
man.
Yeah, so I don't. You got the whole story, you know?
They just 90% of TD Bank's transactions were not monitored.
Because
like
everybody
years.
gets. So this is
And a lot of the cartels and stuff were laundering money through that loophole and moving money around. A lot of legal money was moving around, and they pled guilty. They didn't even fight it.
Because this is like finding a fucking bag of cocaine in a car at the border while the truck goes through the other fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like this is what these documentaries, like if you live in this world, then you realize that this is going on. This is how everybody's getting paid.
For sure.
The Mexican politicians and the Brazilian politicians and the Russian politicians, we just only think they're the only corrupt ones. Every TD Bank is fucking corrupt as a fucking Mexican fucking mayor.
Absolutely.
And we don't think of it like that because we all have our accounts there and we get our fucking, they pay our mortgage and we do all these things. Like there is a clean side to it.
Yeah.
But everything gets laundered. Like when you're a kid and you hear money laundering, you just think of a money, like a washing machine.
Yeah.
You don't know what money laundering really means.
No idea.
Right? Like, and like I'd be an idiot to try to like describe it, but I think I know what it means, right? Like getting illegal money into legal circulation.
Yep.
And so it's all about the books. This is why cash is not legal now. Like the government is the biggest gangster. TD Bank is the biggest gangster. The Diamond Company is the biggest gangster.
Don't forget the police.
Yes, well, it depends on where you're living, I think.
Everywhere.
Right? Like, it depends, I think,
They're the
who
biggest
they're
gang.
protecting.
They're the biggest gang.
Yes, they're not, because they work for the government. The
Yeah.
government is the biggest gang.
Yeah.
Right? Good or bad. Like, they are looking out for themselves.
For sure.
They'll wipe out a fucking community for a highway or oil sands or whatever. Or they'll fucking spend billions of dollars
Gentrification.
They'll spend billions of dollars in fucking Ukraine for political reasons while they're flooding a fucking Tennessee fucking neighborhood,
Yeah.
which could just use a couple thousand.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't understand it at all.
Does Flint have water yet?
See, right? Like Obama, go on in Pennsylvania and complain about like whatever you want, but what was
Exactly.
fixed by anybody?
Exactly.
This is why, again, I'll get into it. If I really was an American and I was really voting for Trump, like it makes Tammy hate me when I say that. But she understands like frustrations of the other side and all that. But everything bad about what he is, she like hates.
Yep.
And the other side, she can kind of ignore because it's not targeted against her. You know what I mean? Like she's like, how dare you take abortion from the whole country? She's like, I don't know if that's a real fact. And I can't get into the politics. You know, I don't really need to get into a fight like that. But like I said, they're all the fucking biggest gangsters. So all this money getting bounced around, somebody has to launder it.
Yeah.
So of course TD, they're all doing it, so they just get caught. But they admit it, and then they're gonna fucking just like it's all double speak.
Yep.
They all fucking just without the legal market, the illegal market won't fucking live.
Yep.
I still stand on my fucking horse about the crack store, right? Like I still would say like if cocaine was legal, then a lot of the illegal problems about cocaine would not be there. Only in this individual part. I'm a fool to think that it would take away the illegal cocaine market because legalizing weed has only made black market weed bigger.
I think it's the opposite.
No, black market weed from the states that can't get it,
Oh, yeah.
from where,
I
where
thought
they
you were
can't
talking
get
about
No,
here.
because the world doesn't act as one.
Yeah, yeah.
We might have the biggest fishing laws in the world, but my Canadian company can just go buy a ship in Senegal.
Yeah.
And have it come and then just live off their fucking regulations, and then have my crew loaded with fucking and then have my Canadian flag. You know what I mean? Like it's all bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who knows that those illegal fishing are going on? the fucking like the High Life or the, you know what I mean, like the fucking fish and chip shops, like all the big sea market seafood companies are responsible for all the illegal fucking seafood going on because they mix it into their real stuff.
Yeah.
Same with the gold. Like real gold mining is like half the gold mining in the world. And illegal gold, and so they mix the dirty gold with the fucking clean gold to make a gold bar.
Diamonds
are the worst. I mean, blood diamonds have been
worst.
That's what I'm saying. So the more I think about it, and I'm the idiot, I did like, oh, this blood diamonds is going on for fucking tuna, for fucking like for gold for sure, for fucking money for sure, for everything, for fucking now it's data. Like weird things that I can't even get my fingers around.
Yeah.
So I look at like again, I think it's just too much. I got to get back to work, bro. Like fucking, I think like so. When I think of these things, it's like I said, it's not. It's and so with weed, right? Like I think it should be legal because I don't want to go to jail, and it's not that big of a deal, right? So it becomes legal, and it's so hard to get a license, and so the like. I have a record, so I can't get a license. I know more about weed than most people. But you know who comes in is fucking Shoppers Drug Mart. Now, how do I get into the weed business?
Yeah.
And then they just use their power to take over the weed business.
You see how it's starting to monopolize now? A lot of companies are dying out. You hear Tokyo Smoke is like going bankrupt. That's like one of the biggest ones in Ontario.
So but they all pop up. Yeah, I'm not like sounds like a big company. Like I know they are.
Yeah, there's
but
like
I've hated their stores.
You can hate their stores, but the fact that like a big chain. I don't think there's a bigger chain than them. Is there?
Oh yeah, that Canna Cabana.
Canna Cabana is big
but they have like the shittier products. They offer the shittiest prices, and it's hard to compete.
Value Buds is big.
Yeah.
So I think Value Buds, Tokyo Smoke, and Canna Cabana are the only ones that I've driven across the GTA and been able to see stores.
I see
everywhere.
what you're saying. Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest stores that are there. Obviously, Tokyo Smoke's like the high end type thing. That didn't work. Obviously.
But they're all fucking fighting for this right now.
Yeah, but they're on top of that. There's still a million other stores that freaking what's that one downtown? So that one that we don't like, but it's in the building.
Yeah, Piffington's.
Like, there's
how do they survive? I have no idea.
There's two of them.
Yeah, so this is our little town here is a perfect experiment for this because they fucking popped up everywhere.
Oh,
that's free
crazy.
enterprise, like, or in a way I don't know how to describe, but so in this fucking little square mile radius, like there's been as many as 10, but some of them don't last.
There's the most. It's the most amount per capita.
Yeah, because it's a tiny little fucking area. It's like 3 streets.
And there's like freaking 15 of them.
But I've personally know of 5 that have come and gone.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't compete or bad business managements or not everybody can do this and the licensing is hard. The one I go to, I pay top dollar for my bud, but they always have what I want.
Yeah.
And it's 100% run, like it's one of the government ones. It's one of the official Ontario, it's Treetop.
Which is where?
It's like it's by the Milton Mall. It's like fucking tucked away like in an industrial little area. Yeah. It's their location is one of the worst locations I could think of, but they always have, like, I'd rather pay a couple bucks knowing that I could get it. I was going to the Walmart of the weed stores for a while, that Canna Cabana, because they had the best price compared to value, or other than Value Buds. Excuse me, but they don't have everything that I want, right? Yeah. They have enough, no lack of respect, for somebody like you to just get what they want.
They don't have what we get.
See, so
it's only Tokyo Smoke and Value Buds usually have what we want, but they don't have it. Like Tokyo Smoke has everything of what we want. Value Buds has sometimes they have this, sometimes they have that type of a thing. No other place usually has what we want. But I want to try the Treetop. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, so it's like, I'll tell you where it is. Nobody's going to get real detailed locally here. Don't go there on Fridays because it's close to a mosque area and it's fucking busy as fuck on 3 o'clock. And
crazy.
And so those companies, right? They're like, so we're in like a weird spot because those are all run by the Ontario government. Yeah. Like they all have to run by really specific. There is no free enterprise, right? Like I don't know how much profit they can really make off of something that's so controlled by the government. Mm-hmm. But so those governments, so there is a limited companies. Like if you go into these different stores, you will find the same name, like brands of things. Yeah,
there's a lot of big brands. There's like Shred'ems and shit like that.
Okay, so this is where that Shred'ems company or fucking whatever, Aurora Cannabis or whatever, it's those companies in the other world that will have their fucking, their legal plants and they'll have their legal licensing and all that, right? But their demand is more than they can legally fucking get.
Yeah.
So they'll have growers on the side. So they'll fucking say, this has been government tested. This is Granddaddy Purple. And this is but they also have me and Sean making our pounds. And we fucking sell it to them.
Yep.
And they throw it into their Granddaddy Purple.
Yep.
And so it's like, you know what I mean? Like you really don't know, but that's the only way they keep up with the demand. Yeah. And so you keep the legal market keeps the black market alive.
For sure. You're talking about that black. You're not talking about hand-to-hand black.
No. The black market it's vast.
Yeah.
Right? Like it goes both. No.
For sure.
That's you got to think of the black market in a whole. Again,
you're talking about like
I'm deep into documentaries, bro.
I thought you were talking about like a alleyway still. Like nobody does that anymore.
No, but they do it in a way. So I know more people that would refuse to go buy weed at a weed store and give Trudeau or anybody their fucking taxes. Yeah. They will rather go and get it in an alley.
I know more people who don't do that anymore just because of convenience.
Yeah, me too. But you're a legit guy.
No, not even me. Illegitimate guys who just don't want to do that.
Yeah, because they did the other way too long.
Grown. Yeah. I think that.
No, it's the other thing is like you could go both ways.
Yeah,
like because I'm the same way.
I have a friend who I've known since like high school in Brampton who always used to sell weed. Now he doesn't even sell weed. He sells like grabba and shit because he can't sell weed really because people are just like, why would I buy this from you when I know what I'm getting? Once they try it, they say, I know I can get this. I know I like this. I can just go get this anywhere.
It's the convenience.
Pickering, I can just get the same shit I got in freaking Brampton. It's
convenience, and it's the power of big business to just like, why go anywhere else? This is what we got for you, right? Like
Amazon, fuck. Guys.
See, but that's what I mean. Is it good or bad? I mean, in general, if you watch these documentaries for long, you say, "Oh my god, Amazon's gonna fuck us all over." But I gotta get my shit.
Yeah,
I fucking love Amazon. Like when Amazon, you know what I mean? Like when it was not as good as it is now, it was so jealous of what it was in the States before it was here.
Yeah, and
it probably is still better there. Like I'm going to Florida if there's a Florida left, like in the next 2 weeks for me to go to, and. Like I told you before, with that cross-border shopping thing, it's just like, oh yeah, like I'm waiting to buy Tammy's birthday presents when I'm there because they'll be at my door in a day. Like you think we're convenient here, like they got it nailed over there.
Oh yeah, they're starting to do their drone shit soon.
So did you
like 30 minutes or something?
Did you see the Tesla fucking rollout fucking stuff last week? Like
of course.
I wanted to talk about the Tesla phone all kinds today, but the Tesla rollout of their fucking automated vehicles.
Yeah.
Like it seems so ridiculous right now, but like, I don't know, man, a 50-year timeline might be even generous.
Did you see Elon Musk's tweet? I follow him on
yeah,
X.
I do. I think it's part of why my Twitter is so fucked.
He sends a picture of the what is it, the van, the robo van.
Yeah.
And he said, the future will look like the future. And
that's a good quote.
It's exactly what we envisioned freaking 50 years ago the future would look like when you see all these weird shaped vehicles.
It's true.
That's what he's doing.
Even his robots look like the robots of what our future looks like. Did you see the robots making drinks?
I did, but there's a caveat there. It kind of annoyed me when I found out.
What?
That's a lot of them were human
people
assisted.
In there, yeah.
So they were like controlling some of it. But I have no doubt that he's going to be able to AI.
I don't think
AI is already crazy enough. I think it's just the integration of the AI and a robot is going to be the issue until he figures that out. Because, Gemini, ChatGPT, freaking the Meta AI, like everybody has an AI that's very functional.
And I do think it's a rollout, it's a show. So you're going to make it look, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to it's going to overshow or overpromise or whatever. You're just showing what it can.
You're showing
the potential of it all.
But the big thing is that they have robots that are walking without strings, without powers, like without anything like that. It's just all battery set and walking amongst people. That's a big, big deal because that's always been somewhat hard. Do you remember the Boston Dynamics, which was the biggest robotics company before? They have like that Spot dog, that yellow dog.
They still have that. They scary still have that,
and that's like deployed in construction things. But nobody's been able to do this humanoid. Like they have a humanoid one, which is big, does backflips, parkour and shit.
Yeah.
But no one's been able to do a consumer friendly type like Tesla.
The parkour one, I always see it with the cables on it too.
Yeah, exactly.
And have you ever seen the Tesla ones working in the factory?
Oh, the arms and stuff?
No. A robot in the factory. Like it might just be a display thing. I don't know how many actual they have in there. No, not the robot arms or things they have before, but one of those whatever Optimus Prime fucking robots he calls them. like actually doing physical work in the fucking
Yeah.
thing. Like I think it's more for show, and
Yeah,
they
were
mostly show them doing
human-assisted.
delicate things,
Yeah.
right? Like some stupid human could be
Because
doing.
that's the thing. They know that you can brute force with robotics, but it's really how delicate, how soft.
Yeah,
can
that's
you
what they
be
like to show. I like
to
showing
be
that
able
part.
to think. When I worked at the Pride Signs before I came to our company, Wilcox, they demoed because they were like, they're still a one owner type thing. He had some investors, but they were way big. They were really big. Really big? No, but I'm getting hung up on it. They were big enough. They were probably like 200 million a year type shit. And so they were demoing a robotic part picker for materials like steel and aluminum parts like that. And it would go down. They did it for like 2 weeks, and we had to be careful with signs and everything. It would drive down the aisles that our material was at for the cutting and for the routers, and it would freaking like lift up and pick up the skids and drive them around. Like the guy actually wanted to buy one. He didn't end up doing it because I guess it just didn't make sense. A forklift's way faster. You do it. But it was like crazy. And that was what, like 8 years ago, 7 years ago?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's how, like, what could be happening in that kind of time now.
Crazy.
Have you ever seen, so I just don't know if the demand to have something like that, you know what I mean, has been there, like, to match the technology, and when are we going to put all these people out of work to do this? Has been available to us. Have you ever seen some farm equipment at work? Have you ever seen one of those tomato sorters?
Oh man, those things are crazy.
And I don't even know how technologically advanced, like those are amazing to me, but the ones that I've seen, like they slow motion them and the paddles knock the green ones away, and like they have to slow motion it.
Bro, farm equipment is way more advanced than people think. People look at farmers like they're I was watching this one documentary about this farm equipment, and like they would it was like a massive, what was it picking? I think it was doing tomatoes or something like that. And the guy's just watching it from his tablet. Yeah. And he's seeing how much load he has and all this stuff. And it was autonomous. Like you could drive it if you wanted to, but he's autonomous. And they would also, this guy had a massive farm. So he had like 3-4 of them. And they had a drone that would fly over and it would give you information of like where they are in your farm, how far along the process. And I'm just like, this was like freaking 5 years ago. I'm like, holy. Like,
how many people do you think that little process has replaced?
Oh,
like
a lot.
Hundreds.
A lot.
Like how many people were on that farm before that fucking combine had to come around? So we don't care because we haven't been farmers forever.
Yeah.
We've ignored that.
No, we haven't been laborers in a farm forever.
No, but
the
now
farmers themselves are loving this shit.
But you and I are one of the few laborers left.
Yeah.
Like that's in these other things, you know what I mean? Like they're the few things that are left. So like that's what's coming for us.
I'm not concerned because we'll be retired by the time we're replaced.
I got this more on you. Like it doesn't matter. Like I'm not scared of that part. It's just a fucked up thing to do. Like I don't look at it in that same kind of negative way. I've never really kind of thought of it in this kind of like process. Because I haven't seen the robots come for my fucking, because I'm not a part sorter. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like not to put disrespect on it, but I've always like put myself more above that kind of thing or whatever, right?
Amazon has tons of robots.
But the problem is but once it starts, like how long does it take before one machine like that can replace 100 farmers, can replace the whole welding shop?
Realistically speaking, welding robots have been around for decades, right?
We've talked about it this way, but it's not it's just how. Yes, it's like, but like it's the little manipulations or the detailed work of what we do, like how. But but just not like shitty tequila, the quality of the product will go down to fit the ability of the worker, right? It's just like we forgot how we used to have our trucks. I watch American Pickers in this stupid show, and they're finding like cabinets that were made in fucking 1850, and you're just like, boy, we don't make them like we used to. Well, you've heard that before. Yeah. So we'll be like here 20 years from now. Boy, they don't make them like they did 20 years ago.
And then I'll be like, okay, 6 done.
Yeah, exactly. What would you say? Sorry.
Sorry.
And then you come into another thing. What if money didn't matter? And then there was no big... So
the whole Star Trek type thing.
But that's what we don't see what the people on Earth are doing while they're flying around looking at green bitches.
No, they only that's true. They just allude to the fact that everybody's one and you just, everything's good.
But they don't tell you how you got there.
No, they don't.
Like I said, so it's a bullshit concept because without fucking you don't know if it ever could happen.
I think it could.
Like, so like I said, like I'm fucking it up. But one of the things, like when big business comes in and then can change the way it all works. Once big business industry can maybe make industry machines, and maybe they've already tried, and they've got the capacity of making them like these farming machines that we're marveling with, right? Like fucking, how do you make these even better?
I think it's gonna easily come down to companies like Tesla. I know we're Elon shills over here, but companies like Tesla who are forcing these things forward, and the only way to make things cheaper and reasonable, because farm equipment is not cheap.
True.
Let's be honest.
True.
Farm equipment is not cheap, and so they're doing it because farming is such a big, lucrative industry that they can afford to do those kind of things. But once these things get pushed so forward that things are cheap to buy, like Elon Musk said about the Optimus robots, that at scale, they'll be like 20 to 30. They'll be cheaper than a car to buy. When you get to things to that scale, you think even our company will blink at spending 50, 100 grand on like 5 robots? No.
But whose responsibility is it for us to have jobs?
I don't know.
It's not theirs, right?
It's not. And like they would... Like, I think in our company, well, the fact that it's growing, but I think in our company, they would find jobs for people, to certain people to do. But at the end of the day, if it makes more sense...
Yeah, it's their responsibility to do it.
To do it. So when things start to get cheaper, and like computers, for example, computers were how expensive back in the day. You could only get them in schools and universities. You could use them till now. Today, you can buy a computer for $400 if you want.
Yeah, because you'd rather have your phone.
Exactly. And then on top of that, you have your phone. So it's like you could have all these. A computer is just so easy to get.
So what do you think of the people that think of like technology has not helped my life at all?
They think
my boss is got on my hip every fucking second of the day.
I think they're ridiculous.
The government can fucking track me wherever I want. You know what I mean? Like these targeted ads, like I have no privacy anymore.
I think they're ridiculous because I've said before, I don't know if I said to you, but I said before when the cars came out and people with horses and carriages said, I'm never going to use those. Why would I use that? Okay, so then you missed out on cars. And then when everything like that happened, when computers came out, I'm not going to trust it. And then you had a whole generation who missed out on computer literacy because they couldn't see the fact that it was going to be so ubiquitous like how it is today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff is... I get that it's scary for people, and sometimes it's even scary for me, but I'm an embracer, and I'm going to embrace it because I want to make the most of... I always look at the future and be like, oh man, I wish I could be in the future with flying cars. Well, I'm not going to miss the opportunities I have and be in the future of now.
So what do you think of stuff like, because we talked about electric cars, right? Before, and like the closer we are to being like connected as one, it can get shut off real quick. Like if you were in Florida or in snowstorm in Buffalo, like my electric car wouldn't have done any good. Like I don't want to rely too much on technology where I take my gas powered car out of my hands and I'm in a situation like I might sound like the guy I need my horse.
You do, because they said my horse never needs gas. I just need grass. But then now look, now people are saying I don't need electricity. I have gas. But that's the problem. When cell phones came out and people had this big cell phone, they're like, oh my God, you're going to have this, all this. And now they said, forget that. I have my house phone. And now
Very
look.
Good point.
Now look.
Very good point.
We have these things.
You're right. I don't embrace the growing pains.
Yeah.
I get scared of the growing pains.
Love it.
I would definitely, so just in that comment alone, I would have a hybrid, no problem. But I don't know when I would go fully electric, depending on the power grid.
Yeah.
Like I'm scared of the power grid.
Yeah.
Like, so getting back to Elon Musk, I'm actually a little, I don't know. How do you feel that he's so intertwined with politics now? Like, I don't like attaching myself to his politics all the time.
That's the problem. That is a problem.
Like, I don't want to be a shill. I'm not trying to be a shill for Trump in any kind of way, or even Elon Musk in a type of way. But I pretty much like a lot of things Elon Musk says and does.
That's the thing. I like, we like the work that they do. You know what I mean? Like,
how you separate it from his political now. Like he's stumping for Trump everywhere.
He is,
and I don't know what.
Unfortunately, it's right to opinion.
And I get it. But how much do you think that influences what my Twitter is now? I'm not blaming him, but I'm like that influence now is like, I'm just curious on how you feel. Like I'm conflicted by it.
I don't think it affects.
It doesn't affect your opinion of him.
I just look at them as two separate people. I get, yeah, Elon Musk, the inventor, or
You look at him as two different, because I can get that. I can his
the politics aside, like there's a lot of people I watch and listen to. I just don't like certain things that they do.
Okay,
but I do like the other things that they do. So
Yeah.
I'll just watch that. I'll pay attention.
I need
that.
you to help me with that one because
I don't mind the Trump shit. But
Yeah.
when you overdo it, it's like, okay,
That's
come
the
on,
part I
let's
hate.
be real.
I don't need to be you on stage with him or fucking stuff. Like I get it, but because I like a lot of your ideas too. I just don't like this, like how polarizing the politics have gotten.
But it seems blinding, you know.
It's very overwhelming and and seems fucking like shit on every side. It's just it doesn't make me. I'm not drawn more into him by him being more into politics. But I guess if you become that more powerful, that kind of powerful person, your opinions, like you're still entitled to your opinions, and
For
they
sure.
sway things.
And he's never cut people off of, like, I mean, I know he had the Don Lemon on X, had a show on X, and that didn't live long, but they had a whole awkward thing. But he gave him the show after the Tucker Carlson
Bro,
shit.
my
So you know
problem
what
is
mean?
I see nothing wrong in what he does almost.
Yeah, it's
But
like,
I don't know if that's a right opinion to have.
is he smarter than us that he's manipulating us like that?
I don't know.
For sure. I'm not completely unbiased. See, I gave Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon. Like,
No, but I don't think.
mean?
I think he's good at that. I think he's.
Yeah.
I don't like. I've found no problem with those things. I don't find any problems with it, even like what is the like what he's stated like politically. You know what I mean? Like I'm with him like that.
Oh,
but his influence is so heavy in like not my world. Like I'm not testing, but I love the cars. I love the fucking solar. So this is what I wanted to get to. I think I love the X phone. Like I love the idea. I love the idea of the Starlink.
Yeah.
Like whenever I saw that, like never mind the robots or the cars, but having satellite internet, like not depending on Rogers or Bell or T-Mobile, like what a way to fuck the system.
Starlink is not cheap though.
No, but it's also like having a fucking Generac generator. Like, you know, and the power isn't always going to be here. Wouldn't you like to have a generator?
So you would go to Android.
I might go to yes. No, I would. I've seen this X phone thing, and with again, this is my Twitter now, and it's Elon Musk's Twitter. So I keep seeing a lot of relief stuff that's going on.
He hasn't fully decided to do it yet, though.
What do you mean?
I think he should to make the phone.
So it's a concept right
It's
now.
It's a concept. He hasn't.
Okay, so I didn't even know it wasn't even real yet.
It's a real concept.
But if it came with Starlink connectivity,
oh man,
I would seriously consider getting it, because then you're not relying on anybody anymore. Like, yes, now I guess I'm relying on Elon Musk, but the borders have been cut compared to what my fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
I think this is a genius idea, because when Starlink first came out, I was like, okay,
what do you need it for?
What's the point? And then he came out and said, well, you know, rural areas, you know, you can go here, you can go there. Like the other things don't work, like the adventure things, like, yo, you get stuck in a canyon. Well, we have satellites, and like your phone and my phone has satellite connectivity. We can text and calls. So
sometimes
that's not
for
the
a
thing.
cost. Yeah,
for a cost, for sure. So I'm like, okay, but I'm not going to pay. Starlink is slow. It's not as fast as our thing.
Yeah, of course.
But then when the rumors about the phone comes out, I'm like, well, this is fucking genius. No cell phone towers. You literally can be anywhere in the world. Once his whole network is up, you can
it's only getting bigger,
right? You're like the fact that you're not relying on cell phone towers alone, because you drive where there's no cell phone towers and everything's gone. So it's genius. That's fucking genius.
I mean, and like you said with other things, it's only going to get better.
And then the robots, that's definitely going to be connected to Starlink, so they can work anywhere.
That's what I'm like. It's more so the fact that it's a good idea to like have emergency backup connectivity. Like connectivity is more important, like almost than fucking clean water and power.
Yeah.
Because without with if you don't have those things, if you're connected, you can maybe get them. Like they're politicizing these hurricanes and the devastation, and they're saying like Kamala Harris's FEMA response is lame.
Yeah.
Me and fucking Elon Musk are coming in there with our generators and our Starlinks. Like I'm sure it can help some. It's not going to help the whole problem, but it's going to help more than fucking $750 or a fucking solar blanket or something like that.
Yeah.
Like being able to be connected in these rural areas. a disaster can make something a rural error in a fucking second.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like when a tornado comes by here and knocks our fucking stupid towers down, we're fucked.
We're fucked
But if
big
you have an
time.
X phone with a Starlink, you might be like the guy with the generator.
Yeah.
And so I just looked at that. It's like not because I'm not a prepper. I'm not trying to sound like a prepper.
But I mean, essentially, if you're on the, I think that's what Elon Musk is really appealing to, the preppers.
Oh yeah.
He's I didn't realize it till I think it was what was it? It was Starlink, when Starlink first came out, that he's so forward thinking. And when we just hash it out right now about the cell phones and whatnot, it's so much forward thinking. He has the solar roof, and then he has the batteries.
Oh, the
your
power
house,
wall?
the power walls.
Yeah, I've loved
Then you
that.
have electric cars. Then you have you basically, if you get all of this ecosystem,
Yeah.
you can live off the grid, or you can live off the Tesla, Elon Musk grid, which is, oh, don't worry, I'm so for free speech, which is buying X and saying, you know what, I'm getting rid of all these, because he's knocked down a lot of barriers on Twitter /X. He's like, look, I'm free, so go ahead. I'm free. I'm open to everybody. Buy my shit. I'm not gonna control you guys. You can Starlink whatever you want. Hey, X porn, absolutely okay now. Go ahead, do what you want. Free speech, go ahead, do what you want. And so when you create that kind of environment, I think slowly but surely he's gonna succeed on getting everything he wants. And I don't think he's doing it for, I could be wrong, I think he's just, I really genuinely believe he's trying to do it for humanitarian gain,
non-political reasons,
is as a society, because we have got stagnant in the past couple decades. We've internet and stuff, but what have we done to move forward? Going to space, going to Mars. Like, when we stopped wanting to do this stuff once we got to the moon.
Yeah, no, that's what if you want to call me a fanboy about him, those are the things that I've fanboyed about.
Yeah.
So I get that. I hate that. Okay, then I just hate that he's whatever. Hate's not the right word, but like the fact that he becomes more politicized, and then I don't even care about the people questioning it. I'm just worried about him becoming too much of a political figure, and these other innovations getting lost in just him wanting to, like, whatever. Like, I don't know if I'm blind to it, because I like all these other things.
I don't think the political stuff is bigger than all the other stuff he's doing. I only think it's showing up because we are on X. But for people who, like you said, a lot of people don't care about X, and they're on TikTok. New generations are on TikTok. He's not on TikTok talking about all that shit. It may pop up here and there.
Yeah, but not like his ex is.
So
yeah, that makes me worried about me and my my bubble that I'm in.
Oh yeah, that's just how, you know how it is. You know how it is.
So
Jay.
this is even bigger. So I think that you hit it on the head when you said like forward thinking and whatever. I've thought of them like that. One of the craziest, because I've never been in a Tesla, but I always like the idea of them, and I know they're fast and whatever. Just like the forward thinking of them all, like wow, and they look all right. But the fucking thing and the inevitability of them. We've talked. This is how I kind of look at it sometimes. Like, why would you fight about the inevitability? Like, I don't want to sound like the horse guy, right? Like, so, but like, I realize how hard it is for that horse guy back then. Sorry, dude. But when he was talking about using your Tesla as a fucking autonomous cab, like yeah, when you're just at home, you can leave. Like, so having your car be an Uber, like I know that's not here yet. But it's probably a lot closer than I think.
Yeah.
And how genius of that.
Yeah.
Like, when will that become the fucking go-to fucking thing?
I think, a lot closer.
First, the Uber will go all autonomous, but they'll be getting behind the fact that they're not going to be as good at having autonomous cars than Tesla will be.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be the best at it.
No, they'll probably just buy Teslas if they're smart.
True. No, they'll have, that's what I mean. But then every Tesla owner will still be be able to participate in this program.
Yeah, sign up for.
Yeah, I love that.
Here's Uber. Oh, you want to sign up for autonomous?
Go ahead, car.
Go ahead, because.
Oh shit! I need to get out of here. Car, come back home.
Right? Exactly. So that kind of stuff I think that stuff is very close.
Have you seen the videos of him picking people up in the parking lots?
Yeah.
Like fucking going at a busy Costco or a busy Walmart. It's like, that's amazing, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that shit.
You gotta know, like in California, San Francisco. They San Francisco specifically, that's why I said that. a lot of their autonomous laws are already legal. They have so many autonomous vehicles
Really?
in San Francisco.
On city streets.
Yeah, on city streets. So that's where Google tests their software for autonomous cars, Rivian, and Tesla. That's where they all test their cars because they're allowed to do it in Silicon Valley. So,
Yeah, of course, that makes sense.
So that's where they can do it. Like they've already had the callback feature where you come out the grocery store, you say, "Car, come pick me up," and it drives out the parking lot and picks you up.
So that shit's been beta tested in San Francisco for a long time.
Yeah, at least 5 years. It has to be at least 5 years. I remember.
And so that's now is open to everybody now.
Not necessarily because regulation still.
But like what most Western so you're like some
Like
cities in the States and Canada don't.
Yeah, some states they don't allow autonomous.
I couldn't get my car to come get me if I was here.
No, I think we're only in Canada. I think we're only at level 2, which is you can be on the highway and take your hands off the steering wheel, but you have to touch it every so often. I think level 3 is complete autonomy.
Oh, so you're saying like San Francisco's at like level 10 or 5 or something.
I think they're at the top level 3. I think
whatever the highest level is.
Yeah, you can do whatever.
I think we'll always be slow adopters.
Yeah,
or
we're
how much of it is it to protect fucking like taxi drivers or truck drivers?
Any of it's to protect that. I think most of it's to protect our fear as humans of seeing a car driving around with nobody in it.
That's crazy. I thought the X phone was already here. Like I wondered if it was already here.
No, it's
concept. I like I said, I think maybe because I don't care as much.
I remember his tweets like, "What do you guys think about a X phone that's a Starlink?"
Yeah,
phone?
saw that like, this week.
I was like, holy.
Because I was watching. Because again, I was so. We're going to be missing next week because you and your fucking work. But then after that, we'll be missing. I guess it's our work. I'd be missing the next 3 weeks because I'm going back to Florida.
Yes.
How foolish is it to know somebody that's planning on going to Florida after you just saw
you saw Disney close?
Biggest massive. It only closes for a day.
It doesn't matter. They've closed 3 times in the past a couple decades, I think they said.
Yeah.
Like Disney very rarely closes.
So
that's a big deal.
So most of the time I see that. I don't care. I'm not looking at it as a negative angle, but it's presented as a negative angle.
No, but it's still.
My cousin has to go to fucking work, and Disney's such an evil corporation. They don't care about people.
I don't even think about that. I think like
Twitter does.
Twitter's retarded sometimes. Well, depending on your algorithm.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like something to force a place to close that doesn't close is a big deal. That's how I thought about it.
Yep. Yeah, because that's how these. I mean, like it's. I see it that way too.
But it's open now, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll close for like a day or whatever.
Day, yeah, it was like.
But when I looked at the fucking the satellite images, so this is where like again, I don't know what's fake. I don't know what's fucking real. Like my Twitter is so fucked. Yeah. Like they show tornadoes and then you see eventually like, oh, how many times I see a picture of something and then eventually it comes to a picture goes, oh, but really this is from like 2022 in fucking Idaho.
Yeah.
And it's just like, God damn, like I really don't know what to trust anymore.
Yeah.
But so I'm seeing this storm fucking go through there and I'm seeing like where it's going to go. I go, babe, this is going right through fucking Orlando. And it's weird because we look at Florida, all we do is see it on a map. So it just looks, it's still big. You know what I mean? It looks like it's like a pinhead, like going from one side to the other, right? So the fact that Tampa could get decimated and Orlando hardly gets touched, it doesn't seem real.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like how that could fucking possibly happen. But it would be like New York City getting flooded and we're fine in Toronto.
We're fine with a lot of winds and stuff.
Yeah, there is more shit that kind of happens.
But not like...
But we have our house that we booked to get, and we have all these things. So I'm worried, like, how do we know, like, a tree didn't fall in the pool? Or how do we know that our vacation is still... It seems very selfish. I don't know what else to think of.
Cleaned up by then.
Well, this is what Tammy said. What, you don't think it's all going to be ready to go?
Yeah,
like,
they're used to this shit.
I have faith in that. I know, but sometimes you don't know if they get, like... The worst possible thing,
Katrina type shit.
Worst possible thing is this. No, it's barely because where we're going, it's not a Katrina area. But what if
that kind of effect?
Well, no. What if that one house, like you said, like Disney's far, but the high winds, Disney can fix the little fucking sign that fell down or a roof or anything. But the people that we're renting a house from, they can't fix that house in 2 days or fucking whatever it is.
Yeah.
And how much, if you're renting your house, you want that money? How much are you just going to go fucking barely? You know what I mean? Like not even care if it's ready to go. Like these unrealistic problems. I don't think it's really going to be like that.
Yeah.
But part of it is it's not going to be as perfect as if there wasn't a hurricane fucking like a week ago.
Yeah, I was thinking that too when I saw like when you see the radar, the size of the
Oh,
hurricane.
I'm so scared about
It
the
was
size of it.
massive, but obviously it's mostly that center part, not the direct center, but like the
Epicenter
center
of the
part.
whole thing, yeah.
Makes it like.
But it's also,
devastating.
by the time it hits the coast, it dies fast.
Oh yeah,
Right? Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
I look at that radar and I get scared of it. Just like this whole big fucking circle, like a vacuum cleaner going across the whole. That's where my house. That's where Mickey is, and I don't want to. And I'm so selfish because I've been off work for so. Like I really don't need to go on vacation, but I am, and I'm going. And I just like fucking like, how can I? I'm not even thinking of the people that still don't have power or don't have their Starlink phones or their houses are buried underwater. I know. Like,
Should have moved to Canada.
I don't know why you're living so close to the fucking coast.
Exactly. Like,
I saw one guy that had his house strapped down.
yeah, I saw that.
I was like, that's the fucking shit. That's the way to go.
That house is gonna be there tomorrow.
It was. I saw it later. I saw that.
Oh, you saw it after?
Yeah,
It's still there?
yeah, it's still there. The
It
guy was
worked?
talking about, because they had those anchors properly put, like it was designed for that.
Okay,
like
so
he didn't just think about
they've
it.
been in Florida
They
a
just
while.
did, yes. They're like, our fucking house is in the line of fire.
Yeah.
I would hate to have to fucking think like that, but so I'm a little bit more so. So I'm not worried about. Again, fucking lucky problems to have. I'm not worried about whatever devastation this one did, but is there going to be another one?
That's another problem.
So this was like 2 in a row, like in a real good time.
literally back to back.
I'm going I'm going to be there on like the 26th or something like that. Like my scare is there going to be another one when we're there?
Oh man.
Do you remember? Like I think it was last time we were there. There was something that came by.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how unprepared are we? Because like all the stories can get like run out of shit real fast.
But they're so unpredictable though.
Well, that's the thing.
It's not like that's the crazy, like they don't pop up like weeks before. It's days. You have like days.
No, because this is where I didn't know what to believe. Because like I said, I believe half the things I see on my Twitter algorithm. It's like they already started naming one that's going to come after this. And they show a sped up version of the Doppler.
For sure. But they never know for sure how close it is. Like they knew. Like I remember I was watching this one because after the last one I was like, oh, because I don't know why I'm interested in watching the hurricanes and shit happen in the
Like the live
Gulf
reporters?
Coast. Like all of it, like all the reports,
Yeah.
all of it. And so I was like, the one is, and I seen Milton, and I'm like, I live in Milton. And then I look, and I was like, I was like another hurricane already. So
Yeah.
I just been following it the whole time, and like. It was, what was it? It was like 6 days before they said it's going to hit Florida, but they didn't know specifically what
They
part
were pretty
of Florida.
fucking close. They knew Tampa.
But when it went 4 days, they were like, okay, it's going to hit this coast and then it's going to be this category. Is it like, as it gets closer, they know more. It's just like regular weather. They know more for sure because it was going the opposite way until it hits the coast and then turns and goes to, what's that? Where did it hit first?
It hit like Fort Myers or Clearwater, like in the.
No, I'm talking about in South America.
Oh, like I don't know.
It hit like Yucatan.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
stuff,
It
and
starts
then
in the
it
Yucatan.
turned and
Yeah,
come
yeah,
over.
yeah. And that's
That's
what you're
when they start to figure that trajectory is when I'm like, oh shit, like
yeah. I usually don't give it that much thought to it. It's only because I'm going.
yeah,
Right. Like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've been tracking
No,
and
I
seeing
don't
like
know why I love
how does this affect
hurricanes.
me. I like some of it too. I like because weather's fucked.
yeah.
So what part of me, I would never want to really do this to you, but other than that statement, what I would really like to do to you is get you really high, smoke you up, and put you on my fucking algorithm, on my fucking twisted up algorithm.
Trippy.
And the amount of people that think that the fucking hurricane is manipulated by fucking the government.
the weather machines and shit.
Dry ice in the
Yeah.
fucking hurricane,
Yeah.
like fucking airplanes moving it around. Like people are trying to sell you that they're convinced that this is fucking happening.
Yeah.
Taking graphics from a video game and like making your own tornadoes or doing kind of things and using it as real tracking for the hurricane that's happening.
Yeah.
And seeing it same with the fucking just whatever. Like in hindsight, you can make anything look fucking fucked up. And it's just like I don't believe a second of it.
Yeah.
But the more I scroll through Twitter, it's like somebody's believing this shit. And like how much, how despondent do you have to be fucking like start believing this?
It's crazy.
Because they even talk about the fucking first one, like this is only my algorithm seeing like they're doing it because there's lithium in North Carolina. Like, and they want people to move from their fucking home so they can start mining lithium in North Carolina. It's just like, I can't get on board on any of this stuff. Like, it's just like, how do you even get to this point? And it's just like, fuck, I don't know, man. There's like enough of people that think it. And so I mean, how I feel sad for these people that think that kind of thing.
People are freaking crazy.
Do you think that that's how your mind would be thinking if, like, with the paranoia of weed doing to you?
No,
Like, would that trigger you in a way?
No, not necessarily that kind of stuff. Like, I'm very conspiracy resistant, I think. Maybe because
Because you're sober. You said that's why you stopped smoking weed.
But it wasn't overthinking about like other things like that. It was more so like me and my own. It was more introspective.
That's too grand. Okay, yeah, that's scarier.
That kind of stuff.
Because you can fix that.
Yeah, right. That kind of stuff. I was just like, I've always just been like, I don't know. I'm like, freaking, that doesn't even sound realistic. And then sometimes you find out that it's real, and you're like, oh shit, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's well. It's more so when it's yourself. When you think that you have to need to work on this, and you fucking say, and it's like, yeah, you know what? I can.
That's my issue.
I am in the best place I've been for I'm stress free. Like sometimes I even find things to stress about, and then it becomes this hurricane and what my trip's going to be like, and I'm satiated that it's going to be fine. Like I am in my least future tripping way that I've been. Maybe a week ago I might have been even worse than I am right this second, but
that's good. It's a break.
Yeah, like I'm fucking feeling it. Like a part of me is like on the turn of like what it's going to be like going back to work again and all that kind of thing, but I've had such enough of a break and such a reset that it's all welcome. Like whatever's going to happen is going to be great.
Yeah.
Like I'm not worried about anything. I'm not
That's
worried
good.
about. Maybe
That's
I should be about certain
to
things.
be.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I wondered, like I said, like it's when you kind of feel that way, you can. It's not doom scrolling. Like I am. It's somebody's doom scrolling in this, and feeling the effects of all that. And I don't really. I get entertained by it and find something else to get entertained in the middle of all of it or whatever, right? And like we've talked about before, like how do I fix this fucking algorithm or whatever? But if I'm such an Elon Musk fan and I'm going to get these things, like I'm going to get the Twitter rolled out, then now I'm getting all this fucking Trump shit too. So it comes with this little fucking package that he's presented or whatever. But for me personally, like I'm doing I'm not as happy. Like I wish. Remember before I said like, I didn't want to look at this time period and I didn't take advantage of it the most I possibly could. And a lot of that I didn't do physically. Like I'm getting all my clothes ready. Like I'm not at my peak physical fucking self best, but I'm not beating myself up about it. There's a time to get even better, but more so this mental reset has been way more important to me.
For sure, mental reset is great, and it's not like you're not doing anything. Look at your recovery.
Yeah,
Look
but I mean, yeah.
So like that's a whole different thing. It's like I didn't expect you to come back and look like The Rock and his shitty tequila, but I had expectations for you, and I expected you to get through your recovery and come back better than you were before. That's all I thought about.
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually going to happen.
But you look great. You're walking great.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
So
that's a me problem when I think
yeah, for sure, because you never complained really about, you did sometimes, but you never really complained about how much motion or range of motion you were getting, like in terms of doing the job. It was always about the pain and its discomfort.
Yeah.
So if you, I imagine if you have the same range of motion, which I don't know if it's worse or better. Is it worse?
No, it's about the same.
Okay.
It's probably a little better, to be honest with you.
With less pain, I would consider that like a success. I consider that like that's all you really needed. Because you fought through the pain for how many years? Months and years?
No, I hear you. There's still, sorry to cut you off, there is still a different pain. Like not like this is where like the whole time, it's just like, fuck. There was no magic procedure to make me fucking 100%. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. Sometimes I like try to do all the recovery like I do, but again, like an unrealistic version of me would be like, you know what, man, you're gonna get up at fucking 7. You're gonna fucking you're gonna be doing 100 push-ups by the time you get to work.
I mean,
you're gonna get it was never gonna happen.
Yeah.
And so, but then, like I said, like a negative thought process, oh, you fucking lazy fuck, you never did all that kind of thing. But it was never gonna happen like that. That's just a way to beat myself up. That's again 100% not living up to the potential time and whatever I had to do for myself. But
you could have done
too mental for that.
Way worse, Jay. I don't want to hear that.
No, I appreciate it. I'm not looking for that.
You could have came back 75 pounds heavier.
Yeah, in my head. So this is where in my mind I feel 75 pounds heavier.
You still could have had a cane right now, or even a walker. Like, what do you mean?
No, I appreciate it. But also another part of this, we talked about it. Ali's going to be a little bit right. Like I'm not going to be running up and down that ladder.
Yeah, but you're not going to be limping from your area to the washroom.
I might be a little bit. You know what I
mean? Notice you're walking. It's not the
so
same.
It comes and goes.
It's not the
so
same.
Okay, I'm tripping. I'm
yes,
tripping a little bit.
Tripping.
Yeah, that's fine. But none of it bothers me as much as it sounds like right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't care. Like I am tripping. I'm just telling to find you. Like I would usually trip about it harder, right? Like I'm finding a happy fucking medium. It's just like no, like don't. Just enjoy it. Like I'm just enjoying that mental and physical break. Like it makes me want to go back to work and do something.
Yeah.
Like I'm not feeling that productive. Like I did clean out that closet or the garage and it looked fucking great.
The cage too.
The cage has been done. Everything has been put away. The house looks better. Everything is all fucking doing shit. I did shit to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, so I do find room to be a little bit more productive, building myself back to going into like the world again. Mm-hmm. Like I feel that way. And normally I'd be like, oh, and I'll probably get there when I get close to it, all anxious about having to start this again. But it was so long. Usually that happens after like too small of a break.
Yeah.
This break has been long enough for me to be like fucking.
Yep.
I wouldn't say I'm bored, never been bored, but just be like having the thought of, okay, now what can I do? Like when you're in the middle of it, just be like, when can I get to that?
Yeah.
Right? Like it'd be like, whoa, now what to do? It's just like a fucking, such a privileged thought.
Yeah.
Right. And then when you don't ever get to have that for fucking 100 years, you feel like it's unfair. To
not be productive.
Yeah. I love it. Like I never would have cleaned my garage or taken that cage down if I was working.
Mm-hmm.
And so my personal life is better for it.
Yeah. You're more.
If I had to give too much of myself like you are to the company.
Sounds like a productive person.
Like you are so productive, but all they want from you is more.
Yeah.
Like if you lived in our conversation before the show, it would be too sad because you'd be like, fucking, what more can I do? And that's like, yeah, you know what? We'll just end this conversation by saying that's all that's ever going to happen.
But the problem is I'm still going to go back and do more.
Because you love being productive
and
what it does for you. And you have to separate their expectations or whatever they're going to pile on you no matter what.
Yeah.
And like speak up for yourself when you can.
Well, you told me before weeks and weeks and months ago that I just got to do it for myself. I have to do it for myself, not for them.
Yeah, and so that's resonated. Sorry, that's resonated, right?
Sure.
So yeah, I feel that. I've always felt that way, but like I said, like having this like break. So yeah, like I could have done the 100 push-ups for myself, but the cleaning out the garage, the fucking mental break, everything else, the making dinner ready, like, you know what I mean? Like doing other things, it's just been like it's been a pleasant break from my normal like routine. Like I'm not ready to give it up, but I know I'm going to have to give it up.
And you're not going to be sad to come back, I don't think.
I don't know how long it'll take.
I think you'll be fine. I think you're gonna, especially because you didn't really keep in contact with everybody else, consistent contact.
Zero contact.
And like to get back and just be like, just to remember the vibe. Like the vibe is still the same. Wilcox will always be Wilcox. For the most part.
So how much, how much do I take for granted that? Like
I think a lot of people would.
But I curated that. I didn't curate that. You know what I mean? Like I curated my place in that.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and
you're gonna miss Frank too.
I don't miss Frank.
You'll miss Frank.
What?
He's gonna come by.
I have not even said that in the
Jason. And you're like, oh fucking, I miss this.
Oh my god,
blind bastard.
You know what? Instead, what would happen is somebody like that will come by and they'll say something stupid, and they'll be the opposite. Go, fuck! I forgot how much I don't miss this shit.
Frank. You're gonna walk up and Frank's gonna be there sitting there. Hey Jay, so
I already know what I'm not gonna miss, or the things that'll instantly get me back into fucking an irritated mode.
Man.
We talked about it a little bit, but before, like. I can think I'm doing the best job for everybody, and I don't know, their opinions might not be the greatest of me, and or they just don't need me or think they need, or whatever. I'd just be like, I'm not doing this for you or them. Like I am just doing this for me, and just like and how my day will go. It is it is how we can talk shit about a Tariq, but you kind of do miss like fucking around with a guy, fucking, you know what I mean, like. Just having a text message relationship with this guy is not cool at all. Because if I only built my relationship, if he was like a pen pal, like we wouldn't have any because he sends the stupidest text in the world, right? Like his personal texts are fine, but his racist tweets or whatever, like
come on,
he's just his sense of humor can be better than what he presents as a fucking his meme culture or whatever he's got going on.
I agree.
So not hang out with the same with like Johnny, like give or take. But you know what? Like I've built that kind of fucking commodity, like, you know what I mean? Like it's the old school part of our work, just hanging out. Like it's like almost like a sports locker room or whatever, right? Where you just get to shoot the shit and fucking, not be so isolated. I guess I kind of do feel a little bit like that.
Yeah.
But it's not that like I was on the social committee or anything like that. Like it's that would probably that would probably take a little bit more time for me to care about missing all that kind of stuff.
You want to be?
Like I barely just talked about going to work.
You know
to
what?
Even missing.
I'm gonna go put your name in tomorrow. I mean Monday, Tuesday.
You're fucking stupid. So before I'll go with all these things, I'm going to fucking lay off the fucking. I'm glad you distracted me from my the rest of my documentary fucking rabbit hole that I went into. Yeah. But you know what I did want to say? What I kind of would be fucked is how it can get all fucked up. And this is where, because what I realized, like gold and diamonds, like they might like get the lion's share of the headlines of what we're doing, but fishing is the ultimate fucking disaster industry that we do. Like we will eventually run out of fish.
Oh yeah,
right. Like because the money that we take from like using fish as a commodity, and how easy it is to be illegal fishing because nobody's really monitoring the ocean,
international seas, man.
But even then, how they fucking creep into the coastlines. The most fucked up part is the part is like as always it goes to Africa because they can't defend themselves. You know what I mean? There's like the corruption can happen there really fast. It's easy to stop Spanish fisheries from fishing off of Newfoundland because you got the U.S. Coast Guard. You know what I mean? And whatever. But U.S. companies, Canadian companies, they'll be still doing their own. When they go by, they've decimated the whole African fishing village industry. What they do now, African fishing villages buy frozen fish from fucking Chinese and American fucking boats. American and Chinese boats. I'm not going to pin it all on Chinese boats. Where European and fucking Chinese boats.
China's very invested in Africa.
Yes, because so the fishing boats have no fishing gear on them. They're coming out of the village. They go to the big boats. They buy blocks of frozen fish. They sell them back to the African company because they scoop it all. There is no more fish for them to fish.
That's fucked up.
They can't go. So everything, all fish in Africa is frozen fish.
That's fucked up.
Yes. You look at it, how can you go back from this?
That's fucked up.
And you look at them and it's all illegal. And the people doing it, the amount of people in Africa, like the communities, need to rely on it. They're not doing anything bad. They're still fishing. The legal fishing industry took all the fish. Instead of you fishing with your little nets, we're just going to scoop everything. And we only want shrimp. We're scooping up 100 fish for 5 shrimp. And so we're going to package. It's the most grossest thing you've ever seen in your life.
That's actually really fucked up.
Yeah, I'm scared the fuck out of me. And this is the legal part. She started the documentary about illegal fishing and illegal things. And then she goes, wait a sec. And then she goes, you know what I mean? Like she got to the real and it's so gross. It's so gross watching this African fucking fishing market. All they deal in is frozen fish. And it's like, we did this to them. They have zero power. Yeah. We fucking said, oh, you like fish? You can't get any more. We have it all. No, it's our right. We have it all. It's gross, bro.
It's completely legal.
It's so gross. It is. That's the thing. It's legal.
Holy.
And so, but you know what? That's me and my algorithm, I guess. I don't know why I wanted to end. So this is not what I wanted to end on because we're going to be gone for a while. Yeah. But that was like, that kind of thing was like stuck in my mind. That's why I have to go back to work because I can't concentrate on what's really going on.
You're going to end up like Frank.
I got to get bread and circuses. Yeah, that's the problem. Sometimes Frankie's right. Yeah. If I got this into Frankie's head, he would take it to a racist angle. So that's why we can't go with Frankie. Sure. What do you like on a scale of 1 to 10, but whatever, forgive me. How are you excited for a hip hop Lego movie?
Oh, the Pharrell one.
Yeah. What's up with this?
So, I don't know, but did you see his Lego set that he did?
No, I just saw the commercial for the movie.
So you should look at it. It's a rocket ship. It's a Pharrell design. It's a rocket ship. It stands on its ass and on an angle, and it's like a black rocket ship with like rainbows coming out, I think. And it comes with a whole bunch of minifigures of, I think, people around the Neptunes and Pharrell camp and stuff like that.
No way.
It looks pretty sick. I told Selena I wanted it, but I don't know where I'd put it. And it's tall. I think, what is it, like 30-something inches tall or some shit like that? Yeah. So that's where it started from. Like he had a partnership where he designed that, and now he has a movie. I'm like, what the fuck?
So this is pure. I just thought he was like a part of the movie. Like I didn't know it was so Pharrell-centric.
It is very Pharrell-centric, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what to think. I mean, I'm fine.
I'm actually surprised that nobody else has thought to do this.
But there was been Lego movies, and Lego movies are fucking.
But like actually have a partnership, like a certain celebrity have an actual partnership with Lego and do a set, do a movie, do like all
Normally
these
it's
kind of
more
things.
low key. Like I watched David Beckham do the Hot Wings fucking show, and then the guy brings up like, "So you like Lego?" And he's like starts talking about his Lego fandom,
for sure,
but not at this kind of scale.
It's not like Disney partnership. It's not like
well, they still have that.
They still have that, but it's like this Pharrell thing is like a partnership in that aspect, and I'm like, wow, like
no, it's
Marvel,
you're right.
like, you know. So I think this is going to open the door to a lot more celebrities doing something like this with Lego. I think it's a great step for Lego. Actually, I think it's very smart.
Do you think it'll be a good movie or just a bullshit movie?
I think,
I don't even know what anything.
Do Lego movies disappoint? I've only seen maybe one, and I was happy with it. Lego's pretty funny and quirky.
They are pretty funny and quirky.
So it's like, I don't see why it would be bad.
I thought it was cool all around too. I thought the aesthetics of it were cool.
Yeah.
The whole idea, just like, is this Lego coming to us, or is this it always been here the whole time? Like it seems like it's more, the more we're into it, the more things that we like are getting Legoized.
Yeah. I think this is great. I really hope, even though I'm not a fan of him, that we get like a Kanye West collaboration, because that guy's fucking creative as shit.
He's too polarizing.
How
man.
much Kanye West music do you know?
He's too not any.
Oh,
Gold
my
Digger.
God.
Gold Digger's my.
That is my next thing. I'm gonna play you some Kanye West. Anyways, but yes, I think Kanye West is very creative, and I think he could design a Lego set that I would love to buy. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah.
So in 5 years, when it's fucking Elon Musk with Vice President Kanye West fucking going for the fucking.
All that. I ain't going that far. But one more thing on the Lego thing. Did you know?
Oh, yeah. Quick. Good.
That they partnered with F1.
Yeah, there we have.
And they're releasing all 20 cars next year. I'm going to be so broke. I'm going to be so broke. I'm going to be so broke.
Well, I don't know about that shit because I still saw your Lego Home Alone house and it hasn't been touched for fucking months. And I'm here to say that we finally did Lego last week.
No way.
We're trying to finish the stupid Sesame Street house. Well, it's not stupid, it's cute, but the Sesame Street house. And this is how much time I have on my hands now. I'm just like, I miss Lego. I miss Lego. So I just like said, what do you think about doing some Lego? She was like, what? Let the fucking shaker. Come on, fuck you.
There's like 19 boxes in the room. We gotta do.
Yeah, pretty much. And I said, so yeah, let's do it. So we did it. I haven't done it for so long that, again, sorry, baby, I fucked up that I took over a little bit. I realized after the whole bag, it's just like, she was like, yeah, it would have been nice if I was like, fuck, you should have said something. Well, I didn't. Yeah, okay. So I got to make sure I spread out the fucking the building wealth a little bit for the last bag. But it was just like, yeah, it was a little hard to get into. Yeah. Not hard, but you know what I mean? It's just like you forget a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I thought you were going to say? Like the cars are one thing, and if you know how they make stadiums?
Yeah.
Could you make a track? Could you like put Spa in
that
Lego?
Would be sick.
Like I'm sure like out there
massive though.
Yeah, but some of the things are fucking massive. No, that's true. But I bet you, I wonder if like a super fan has done shit like that.
Probably.
You know how, because they make airports and fucking Tim Hortons and all that shit?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because you go to that Lego show, like that, like the Schitt's Creek set and the Lego Home Alone.
Beautiful.
Like, or not Home Alone, like they made them themselves, like the Tim Hortons. Yeah. And so
the Go Train?
Yeah, that shit's the Go Train. That looks so official. Oh, and somebody just did all that.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, man. People they got more. See, that's how much people got time on their hands. When is this fucking world going to come to my fucking...
You're very productive, Jay.
See, I am scared about going back to work. I want it. Where's my universal basic income? Elon, help us.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody for listening to the Work Related Podcast.
My friends, we will be gone from our Related by Work Twitter. Well, actually, I can probably put shit on Twitter. Actually, all we really have will be our Twitter.
Exactly.
And I'll show you, share some of the Florida trip.
Absolutely.
And we will see you guys in about a month.